the high school years just was not play tested correctly. It's not fair that we sat here and paid all this money for this pack that doesn't work. And it's not even bugs that you can really like overlook. The bugs are literally killing the Sims. It's only fair. We're paying $40 for it. Make sure it works. I don't know. Maybe it was budget. Maybe it was time restraints. I don't know. But that's ridiculous. This was a big disappointment. And I honestly don't really see myself pre-ordering another pack. It's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video, and we're gonna be reacting to EA. We are tired of testing your games. Only 6 QA testers on high school years. Unacceptable. This is ridiculous. Someone, and I didn't even know, like, I guess this is in the game. Like, I guess if you go into the credits, you can see like who worked on each pack, which I actually think is pretty cool that they do that. However, people saw that under the QA team for the high school years, they only hired on 6 people to do it, which I think is absolutely insane, and just further proves that the high school years just was not play tested correctly. I mean, this is just it's ridiculous. And considering this is probably one of the biggest packs and one of the biggest changes to the game in like forever, you would think that they would hire on extra people, that they would hire on more people than they usually do. And so the fact that they had such a small QA team is ridiculous. And this isn't common because people also went back and looked to see how many QA testers there were for all the other packs. And they had way longer lists of people. This was like one of the smallest teams. Like 6 yeah, that's just, especially for an expansion pack. Like, that just hit me too. Like, they only hired on 6 people for an expansion pack. I mean, maybe you could do that for a kit. Maybe. And even then, I think you should have at least 10 people. But a big expansion pack like this that changes the game, changes, you know, just changes everything. Like, only 6 people? Like, I'm sorry, but that's pathetic. Like, we're gonna get into it. This video, again, is by Pixelade. I'm sorry if you don't like Pixelade, but he's been the main one keeping up on all this news, so we're gonna hop right into it.
Hey guys, it's Matt from Pixelade here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 news and info video. Let's get the good news out of the way first, shall we? The good news, if you haven't seen my latest videos, there are fixes. They are arriving next week. Unfortunately, for those that have games that are practically unplayable, you probably won't be able to dive into your games.
Which is really upsetting. Like, on one hand, I would be a hypocrite to get upset that it's taking that long, because I do want them to take their time and to make sure that everything is fixed. And so it's like, okay, if it has to take a week to ensure that the game is going to run correctly, then fine. But of course, selfishly, I'm like, I want it fixed like tomorrow. Because again, it's not fair. It's not fair that we sat here and paid all this money for this pack that doesn't work, and now we're sitting here with a broken product that isn't going to get fixed until a week later. Like, it's just it's ridiculous, and it really upsets me. Like, even this weekend, I'm like, okay, I finally have a weekend to kind of like just chill and relax, and usually I would spend the weekend playing Sims, but I don't even feel like I can do that because the game is so buggy, and it's not even bugs that you can really like overlook. The bugs are literally killing the Sims. Like, again, the auto aging thing. People have experienced random fires. People's Sims have been starving. Like, I've even heard of people like they'll have their Sims eat, but then it doesn't do anything, and then they'll still die of starvation. And I don't got time for that. I don't got time for my Sim to be up here dying because of some bugs. Like, no, I don't got time for that. So, you know, my favorite part of playing The Sims, honestly, is the create a Sim portion. And so I'm probably just going to spend this next week just making Sims. And I actually have a Patreon. I'm a plug right here real quick. I actually have a Patreon and my own website that I just designed. up where I share sims that I have made, where you can download them, and I'm also been making custom content. So if you want to check out my Patreon for the Sims, I will link it in the description below. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna spend the next week just making sims, even though I can't really play with them. It's a shame.
And fully enjoy them for at least another week. The patch update is not coming Monday or Tuesday. The Sims team has confirmed in a recent statement that it is going to be coming towards the end of
like
the week,
Friday,
next
Saturday.
week. For those of you players that are experiencing little to no issues, you guys truly are the lucky ones.
Yeah.
I did try to dive into my game today, and I did not make it more than 5 minutes. Literally everything is broken for me. It is completely unstable, completely unplayable. Even when I start new saves, I just closed out, and I did what I normally do when things don't work out with The Sims 4. I rage quit, I go lay down and curl up in a ball with a blanket and distract myself on TikTok.
But see, that plays into my theory that I had in the last video, that I feel like the more packs you have, the more broken your game is. And I believe Pixelate is a game changer, and so he probably has all the packs. Because EA probably sent him all the packs for free, and so that makes sense that, you know, with all of his packs combined, the game is just unplayable, which is ridiculous.
We've talked about QA testing, quality assurance, but really haven't dove too deep into who QA testers are and what it means for the game. Well, on July 29th, Twitter user Gabe is a Gecko actually shared a list of names under quality assurance for different packs for The Sims 4. They tweet, "For perspective, high school years only had 6 QA testers. City Living had so many they couldn't list them all in one screen." Okay.
As it should be for an expansion pack, because City Living was an expansion pack, right? It was. And granted, City Living also was a little bit buggy, but obviously not as bad as high school years. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you need that many people on an expansion pack. Like, it's only fair. We're paying $40 for it. Make sure it works. Like,
we need to blow this up here. Here is City Living. Look at this list. Dozens of names. Easily over 30 plus quality assurance names. Mind you, this is for an expansion pack. Definitely not a more recent one, but still, an expansion pack priced at $40 US, the highest tier pack that you can purchase for this game. And now, several years later, under quality assurance, there are only 6 names this time.
That is
so
crazy.
There are even less people looking for and reporting bugs in expansion.
And I've also seen people see too. I don't know if you guys can see it if I have the box up big enough to where you can read the names, but people have also noticed that these are more foreign names, and so they think that EA probably, or Maxis, whoever, probably hired on a third party and probably contracted some people to play the game, which, I mean, companies do that all the time, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But I also would prefer if there were, and I don't know, I'm just assuming based off what people have said on the internet, but I would prefer if there were more people that actually worked on the game too, to test it. But also, I see both sides too, because you do also need people who aren't working on the game and kind of just play the game for what it is, to go through the game, because then they can pick up on stuff that maybe a developer didn't pick up on. But that was interesting to see.
Packs before they are released, and this is definitely becoming more apparent with the past couple of releases. I mean, look at My Wedding Stories. That release was a complete mess, but High School Years, for an expansion pack priced at $40 to only have 6 quality assurance testers? I'm gonna be honest with you, that is absolutely unacceptable. And it is just becoming so obvious at this point. Release after release, year after year, things keep releasing half-baked, half-finished. It's a discussion that I've had with you guys many times. There's really no point in trying to dive into all of the specifics because I've already gone over that a million times. But now we're actually seeing the proof. So this has many simmers curious now. Werewolves was just released not too long ago. So how many QA testers were there for that pack?
Right.
And for a game pack, there weren't 6. There were over 30. And this is for a game pack.
See, no. This is, it's like, Werewolves, arguably, was a very well-made pack. And I didn't hear of any bugs. I didn't hear of any issues with Werewolves. I personally didn't have any issues with it. If anything, my game ran a little bit smoother with Werewolves on it. Like, Werewolves was a very well-made pack, and I heard, like, I don't think I heard any complaints about the game and it working and any bugs. Like, it worked really well, and as you can see, it's because they had 30-something people on the quality assurance team. And I really want to know, why couldn't these same set of people be moved over to work on high school years? Why couldn't they also test high school years? Like, I don't know. Maybe it was budget. Maybe it was time restraints. I don't know. But that's ridiculous. Like, or even though this probably would have caused more bugs with Werewolves, I would have cut it in half. Keep 15 on the Werewolf, because it seems like they might have been working on these packs at the same time. Cut it in half. Have 15 people work on Werewolves. 15 people work on high school years. I'm sure that 15 people. I'm sure having 15 people would have definitely made more of a difference than only having 6 people on an expansion pack. But they had 30 people on a game pack. Like, what?
And of course, as expected, upon these lists being posted on Twitter with thousands of likes, simmers are not happy, and I don't blame them. Luke responds, even with 6 QA, you're telling me none of them could see how broken the game is? Especially those stupid curved walls which are like still in alpha stages? This game is a joke. It doesn't matter if you have a gaming PC, the game is in shambles. But
I can agree. Because I am on a gaming PC right now, and my game is struggling.
Bugs galore. And that is absolutely the truth. My game is currently unplayable, even after taking out all of my mods and custom content.
Same.
And I've spent over $2,000 on my computer.
Oh.
So there's
$2,000? What kind of computer you got? Mine costs mine costs almost $1,000. So I could see that. But golly. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people make it seem like it's all this other stuff, that it's your computer and it's your mods, you need to update your. No, it's not the mods, it's not the computer, it's the game, bro.
absolutely no excuse as to why my content doesn't even work properly, or is even playable at the bare minimum. This is exactly why I tell you guys, when packs are being teased and promoted and rolled out before their release, I always tell you guys, do not pre-order. Wait until release. Do not pre-order. And I know some of you guys do pre-order anyways, because you normally do with packs. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to guide you guys and just get.
And that's the thing, like, after this, and it this really hurt me. And, you know, again, this is not the first time that bugs have messed up packs and stuff like that. But also, it's really disappointing too, because I guess, just speaking for me, these bugs only really show up in packs that I'm the most excited for. For instance, Get to Work. The concept of Get to Work is one of my favorites. Being able to, especially because like I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and so the idea of, you know, running your own business, like I love that aspect, and I want to be able to play with them more. Same thing with the restaurant. Like, I've always had secret dreams of running my own restaurant, and so I was always really excited to have my sim run their own restaurant, customize the menu, customize, you know, all that stuff. And for it just not work was really disappointing. Same thing with My Wedding Stories. I was so in awe of My Wedding Stories. I was really, really, really excited to have that pack, and then that ended up being broken. And then when they came out with kits, I was semi interested in Bust the Dust, just for the realism of it. But then I heard that was buggy. And then with the high school years, like again, like this is one of the like most exciting packs for me. Being able to relive my high school experience, because I think with most of us, our high school experience was absolutely trash. And so I was really looking forward to being able to relive my high school experience through this pack and become a cheerleader and have my own locker and just have that whole experience. I was really really looking forward to it, and then it just ends up breaking. And I don't always pre-order packs, but I pre-ordered this one because I just was so excited. And it's crazy because I pre-ordered it the day before the patch went out. Um Man, and yeah, I honestly think that after this, like, this was a big disappointment. And I honestly don't really see myself pre-ordering another pack. Because again, this was like, yeah, like they really messed it up for me. Like, yeah, like as much as I like having the packs as soon as possible and as soon as they release, if the game's not gonna work, then what's the point? And so I think moving forward, I am going to try and wait it out to see if the pack actually works before I spend my money, because yeah, it's really disappointing.
Give you complete honesty, and I already know EA does not like when I say that to you guys, but at the end of the day, I value honesty and integrity over being on EA's good side. That is the absolute last thing that I'm trying to be, is EA's little pet, and you won't see me ever be like that. And if I ever was, then those days are definitely long gone, because we are at a point now where this is just unacceptable.
I'm sorry, this is a random side note. I'm starting to peep too, and maybe I'm wrong, but is it just me, or does the high school that's in the trailer look nothing like the school that we got? Like, I'm starting to peep that, like, cause I'm looking at the lockers. I'm looking at the way that and I know that the whole point of the trailer too is to show that you can customize the school. But I don't think it looks anything like the school that, because y'all know the school that we got was basic. It was basic. It was empty. Well, nothing going on in that school. It looks nothing like the school that we got. I just realized that. What in the false advertisement?
Acceptable. Yes, fixes are coming, but this is a pattern over and over and over again. It doesn't matter if Simmers get their hopes up, get excited, and hope that things have changed, and pre-order after there was a pack release that went terrible.
Yeah.
They want hope, but the fact that this keeps happening over and over and over again just shows you that things probably aren't going to change unless we hit them where it hurts, which is their wallet. You won't ever catch me pre-ordering a Sims pack. I will absolutely always wait until release for.
I mean, don't you get the packs early? But that's me too. That I be wanting to have hope. I be really wanting to have hope in these packs, that they're gonna be good, but it's just over and over again we just keep getting disappointed. It's so ridiculous.
For this specific reason. Another Twitter user replies, it's the players. The players are the testers now, and they do it for free.
It seems like it.
That is exactly right. Why allocate money and a budget to hire people to play and report bugs when they know they can just release it and the community will sound off? I'll talk about them. You guys will leave comments here. People will go on Answers HQ. There are game changers that are playing early, and I'm sure they're keeping tallies, and I'm sure that the Sims team and EA are watching the Game Changers early content to see if they spot anything. What it boils down to is the Sims is most likely receiving less and less in terms of budget over time. So what are the...
I don't know. It just... this school does not remind me of the school that we got. But I don't know. I could be tripping.
These resources being allocated to maybe the next Sims game. Maybe they're pulling more and more people to work on The Sims 5. Is it because of kits? I mean, SimGuru Frost has said over and over and over again that kits do not interfere with the production of other content. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, I find that very hard to believe.
Right.
Twitter user Katie Trina, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, also brings up this point on Twitter as well. This further solidifies my belief they're shifting resources from 4 to work on 5, but keeping 4 alive to keep profit up till 5 is done. And that right there is exactly what I think is going on.
Really?
It only makes sense. At the end of the day, EA is a business. They are a company.
That's
They're
true.
making marketing decisions. And this is probably the case. I don't know how many more years of The Sims 4 they have planned. They say over and over and over again, there's many more years. And honestly, with the way the game is, I don't know if we can handle many more years of launches like this in My Wedding Stories. Now, before I wrap this video up, I want to showcase a thread from Twitter user Scott Lucas, who actually goes into depth describing who/what QA actually is. It's important to remember, though, that it is only the job of QA to find and report bugs, not fix them.
Yeah,
Finding a bug and fixing a bug are two separate things done by separate roles.
Yeah.
Usually it works like this. QA finds a bug and then submits a bug report containing the relevant information, such as the reproduction steps and any videos or images if necessary.
Oh, maybe the point they're trying to make is that they can report the bugs, but if the team doesn't do anything to fix it, then that's not on the QA testers. Maybe that's what they mean.
Necessary to be.
Because I'm like, I think people know that, but maybe that's why they made that tweet.
Fixed by the relevant department based on bug severity. Just because a bug has been found doesn't guarantee that it will be fixed.
Okay.
There isn't a magical fix bug button either. Sometimes things just take time with deadlines from higher ups. Sometimes you just have to do the best you can do.
Oh, so it's possible they could have peeped these bugs before the game release, and because of budgets and timelines, they just released it anyway. If that is true, that is so messed up.
With the time you have. Game dev isn't easy. It's a group of talented and passionate individuals trying to collectively create something for the world to enjoy, but are usually overworked and underpaid. It's a miracle that most video games ship at all. And this is definitely a very important thread, but I do want to add here that yes, the QA team does have a very specific role of identifying and reporting bugs, not fixing them, but keep in mind, if this expansion pack had a QA list that was much longer in terms of names and who's on it, more bugs would have been reported beforehand, and I'm sure fixes could have been in production sooner and finished faster.
And that's another thing too. If you only have 6 people testing a game out, and I don't know, let's say only 2 out of the 6 got, a bug, they might look at that as, okay, it's not that big of a deal, like not many people are going to get this bug. But say they hired on 30 people to test the game, and then I don't know, 23 of them got the same bug, then it would be more of an issue. So yeah, the more people you have, the better.
Could that have still meant that this game would have launched in this state? Yes, but it could also mean that these issues would have been fixed a lot sooner, maybe on release day or the day after, instead of an entire week after the release of this pack and patch. Share your thoughts on all this down below.
This whole thing makes me upset. And if it's true that they're trying to move people away from The Sims 4 onto The Sims 5, I mean, y'all know I'm a diehard Sims fan, so I'm a go wherever the wind blows when it comes to The Sims. But I don't know how I feel about Sims 5 right now. Like, I don't know if I want Sims 5 to come. I just feel like Sims 4, like, I don't know. It's upsetting. It's upsetting to think that Sims 4 might end. And it might end, like, it's sad to think that The Sims 4 might end with all of this untapped potential. Like, I feel like there's so many areas that The Sims 4 kind of just failed to just... What am I trying to say? Like, there's a lot of missing potential with The Sims 4. There's a lot of things that just were not fully fleshed out. Again, multiple cross-pack compatibility is, struggling right now. Again, a lot of past packs are broken, but they're still continuing to make packs. I think kits really did impact a lot of different things, and I feel like it has taken over development for The Sims at this point. And I mean, rest in peace to stuff packs. I mean, we can pretty much assume that that's never coming back. It's a lot. Like, and I know some people mentioned too that, like, you know, they were supposed to bring swimming into other worlds and they didn't do that. There's just so many things they didn't do. I mean, they never added any more careers to get to work. They never fixed get to work. I mean, just so many things that they dropped the ball on. So many. I don't even think they've updated the likes and dislikes either. Like, there's just so many things that need to be fixed in The Sims 4 that I don't know. I don't want to like be a Debbie Downer and lose out hope, but it is giving that The Sims 4 just isn't it's not gonna ever be fixed to our it's never gonna be fixed to our expectations. Like, it's not good. The Sims 4 isn't gonna be what we want it to be. I think that's what I'm trying to say. The Sims 4 isn't gonna be what we want it to be, and that it's sad to think that The Sims 4 might end with all of this wasted potential. And I don't know if it makes me eager for The Sims 5 or hesitant. Because I'm like, if they drop the ball this bad over this, I mean, it's been years of this crap. Like, it has been years of just trying to get quality content in this game and not make it so like boring, low key. Like, the even the gameplay compared to The Sims 3, it's just lacking. Like, and yes, obviously the graphics is the selling point of this game. Like, this is the best looking Sims pack we've ever had, right? But the gameplay is lacking, and you know, the content is lacking. They literally just got good at giving us like good creative sim items and build buy items. Like, they're finally giving us good content with that. But I don't know, it's just so much, like, because compared to The Sims 3, because I started playing with Sims 3, and I know with The Sims 3, like, I was so much more addicted to playing Sims. Like, I would play it every single day. There was always so much to do on that game, and I don't feel that way with The Sims 4. Again, with The Sims 4, because the Sims look nice, I just spend my time to create a sim. But actually playing the game, I get bored really, really quickly. And when it comes to The Sims, like, there's so much imagination that has to go into it because the gameplay itself is just lacking. And you really have to force yourself into a story and force yourself to, like, to play and do stuff. And it's just, yeah. And so I don't know if I'm looking forward to The Sims 5. Because I just don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up that everything that was missing in The Sims 4 is gonna be in The Sims 5. Like, I just don't have that expectation anymore. And I've also been hearing too that The Sims 5 is supposed to be multiplayer. Like, they wanted to be multiplayer to where you can play with other people online. I don't want that. I don't want multiplayer. I want just me and my computer and my player in my world, and that's it. I mean, sure, like, I wouldn't mind maybe like a spin-off or like something on the side like that, but I don't want that to be the entirety of The Sims 5. So I don't know how many more years we got on this game, but I don't know. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below about them not touching this game properly. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. So please, 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 if you haven't already and you're watching this, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.